wall, please.
Okay.
Hi.
Okay. Yes. What? Please.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. First of all, let me apologize for the late start. We were having connection difficulties from Gambia. Today we are in Gambia, and this show is focusing on the kora, the instrument, the kora, right? I want to welcome my guest from Gambia. And my guest today is also, he's putting up a festival that is featuring the kora in Gambia. And this is the first time this festival is happening. Welcome to our program.
Thank you, Savannah.
Okay. Unfortunately, we had a late start, and I'm a little unraveled from the trying to connect. The connection was a little out of sorts. But let's get back into right. Okay. So with this program, let me give you a little bit of let me give you a background of what we do in this program. We are showcasing Africa. We are showcasing the greater Pan-African diaspora and the African on the continent. Our focus is on the instrument, the music, the culture. We want to trace and find out how we connect as Africans throughout the world through our music and our culture. Now, when I hear of Gambia, I'm going to tell you what goes into my mind when I hear Gambia. Before we introduce you, I'm just going to go into, can you hear me?
Yes. I'm getting you, Clara.
Are you getting a feedback?
Yeah. I just switch off the fan. It's noisy.
Oh, okay. It is hot in Gambia, right?
Okay. Yeah. Very hot. It's very hot.
Okay. So you are an author and you're a writer. and you're holding
Yeah.
a festival. You've written a book.
That's right.
You've written a book that focuses and is trying to tell the Africans in Africa and in the diaspora to focus
That's right.
on our culture.
That's true.
Now, before we go into that, it brought into mind
Uh-huh.
for me, it took me back to 1977.
That's right.
1977, a book came
Mm-hmm.
out by Alex Haley. It was called The Roots. It was called Roots.
Yeah.
And it became a series, a TV
Okay.
series.
Uh-huh.
Now, why I'm bringing this book called Roots into light is because of what happened thereafter. People here in America, the African Americans, it brought a consciousness to them about who they were. They began to search for their roots. They began to trace their roots back to where they came from. They began a journey of trying to find out their DNA or where they may have come from in Africa.
That's
Do
true.
you remember that?
Yes, I do.
Now, what I want to find out is, was the impact of that book just over here in the US, or it also had an impact there in Gambia? Because Gambia became a highlight because the character Kunta Kinte was from Gambia, specifically I think from a village called Jafure. Am I
Jufre, yeah.
pronouncing? Yeah.
Jufre. Yeah.
Now, I'm quite curious about that. Can you tell us a little bit about this village? Do you know much
Yeah.
about it? Do you know much about the Mandingo people?
Yes, I know little about Mandingo people because I'm a Mandingo. And
Okay. Lovely. You're Mandingo.
yes, I'm a Mandingo. Even though we speak different languages here, but
Yes.
I belong to a Mandingo tribe.
Yes.
And Jufure is in north bank of the Gambia,
Yes.
and where Kunta Kinte hailed from.
Yes.
Yeah, Kunta Kinte was picked during the slavery and was they were transported to United States as slaves,
Yes. Yes.
and a lot of issues took place in the Gambia during the slavery, and especially Jufre as well.
Yes.
Slaves were transported from Banjul, from Jufre to Gore Island, and then found their ways in through Atlantic Ocean to and find their ways in the United States.
Yes.
Okay, it is still a historical place where tourists do come there. African Americans do come there to visit, and a few years ago there was a Root Homecoming Festival.
Uh-huh.
As you said, George Haley wrote a book about, Jufre, and really this have an impact in the Gambia, and a
Yes.
lot of people know about Gambia through the book, and but not actually, that book is the major contributor to the. It contributed, but not the major, because
Yes.
before the book, tourists were coming to Jufre for the research, and a lot of people visited Jufre as well. Even when I was in school, we do go there, to learn about how slavery came about. So the book also have an impact in Gambia as well.
Okay. So you know why I'm talking about this book? Because I want to talk about your book. Because
Good, I understand.
we see that a book can actually influence a lot in terms of how people respond, react, because of the information they finally get from that book. So this is
That's
why
right.
we want to talk about your book. How has been
That's
the
right.
response to your book?
Um, People responded well about the book because the book, talks about culture and about the griots in Gambia, especially our Gambian Kora Mestro Jaliba Kuyate,
Yeah.
who is a famous Kora player in the Gambia, and he have attended a lot of festival in America and Europe and some other parts of the world. And so I wrote his autobiography, including the Kora trade in West Africa.
Yes.
Yes, and the book also talk about the cultures in the Gambia and the traditional music in the Gambia as well.
Yes. So let me ask you this.
Good.
In Zimbabwe, there is mbira music, and
Yes,
the mbira, the instrument. Let
yes,
me play a little clip of that music, and then we
okay,
can continue with the conversation.
that's right. Okay.
I'm going to play you a clip from a musician in Zimbabwe called Nyamashisha.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
My name is Wilfred Mafrika Nyamashisha. The song I'm going to give you now is called Kari Mugomba, not Bari Mugomba.
So wonderful. So wonderful.
You know this music?
Yes. Yeah, Mbira.
Oh, great. So my first question is this.
Uh-huh.
Is the kora like the mbira in Zimbabwe regarded as a sacred instrument, an instrument that shouldn't be played by people who are not from Gambia or of a certain tribe or religion, or it's an instrument that is regarded as a national symbol for Gambia, or how is the kora received in Gambia?
Um, Actually, I will say Kora is a national symbol of the Gambia because today, if our the state broadcasting radio, before they will broadcast their national news, they have to bring Kora. They play Kora and they bring the symbol of Kora. So when I said it's a national symbol, I don't think I'll be wrong for saying that.
Yeah.
Yes. Savannah, Kora is from a Mandin tribe. Kora players have found traditional, traditional come from Jali families. They come from Jali families.
Mhm.
Also, Mandinka tribes. They are Mandinka tribes
Okay.
who are traditionally instruments, in genealogies and storytellers.
Okay.
They pass their skills on their descendants through, though they played in the Guinea-Bissau, Guinea-Conakry, Senegal, Mali, Burkina Faso, but the instrument is discovered in the Gambia.
Yes.
Good.
So it's the Gambia is the place where the Kora originates, according to history.
Yes, Gambia is
Okay.
the place where Kora is originated from a man called Korea Musa
All
Suso.
right. All right.
He, okay.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, Korea Musa Suso discovered the Kora. And even though he was from Mali and migrated to Gambia, then married in Gambia. These are 100 years ago.
Yes.
Yes, and he lived in a village called Busumbala in Kombo North.
Yes.
These are 100 years ago. You understand? And
Yes.
he married in the Gambia to a Gambian woman, and who was a mulatto called
Yes.
okay. Okay, he then moved after the marriage. He moved to Brufut in Sanimentere, a historical place in the Gambia. At a sea is a near the sea. It's a
Yes.
seaside.
Yes.
It's a historical place where people go there, when you are seeking for fortunes and for better life and other things. So, you go there, people do go there for, worshiping as well.
Mm-hmm. So
Oh,
the Kora is used in not only as an instrument, but also in tradition as part of a religion, just like the mbira, or a culture.
culture is culture.
Okay.
Yes.
So how many other countries, do, according to you, that you have the kora as an instrument?
Kora, after Gambia, it was moved to Mali, and Guinea-Bissau is using, Guinea-Conakry is using, both West African countries. Senegal also is using. But today, Kora is migrated to the whole world, I can say. Because if you go to United States, you've seen some Kora players.
Yes.
You go to Europe, you've seen some Kora players. You go to South Africa, you see Kora players. You go to Bhutan, you see Kora players.
Yes.
In fact, those people, yes.
So let me ask you, in terms of the kora instrument being taken out of the Gambian setting, which is the culture, the music, do people have a problem with that in Gambia, as in the Gambians? Are they okay with that, or there is a resistance to that? And if there is a resistance, why do people feel that way? If not,
Okay. As I told you, Kora is from Manding tribe, and in all these countries in West Africa, you have Manding tribes,
yes.
and because the Manding tribe in Gambia are from Mali.
Okay.
They are
Okay.
from Manding in Mali.
Okay.
So
All
that's
right.
the origin of the Mandingos from Mali. From Manding.
Yes.
Manding is a region in Mali, so where
Uh-huh.
Mandingos come from.
Absolutely.
So I don't think there would be a restriction on that. Hence, we are all one tribe.
Yes.
We are all one tribe. So I
Yeah.
don't think there would be a restriction on that.
Absolutely. But when people who are not Mandingo are playing the instrument, is there a resistance to that? Are people from Mandingo tribe okay with other tribes, nations playing the kora?
Okay, for other countries, actually, I don't know, but in Gambia here is okay because you know we are proud of that because you know people are taking your culture and they are
Yes.
playing your traditional instrument and they all know they are telling the origin of Kora. So that's a pride to Manding, and we
Yes.
should be very happy about that.
Yes. Okay. Now, uh, let me at this point play another clip of the kora
Mhm.
being played by a very diverse group, and then we'll talk
Mhm.
up after that.
Okay.
שלום במומם, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל עם ישראל. אמן, 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 אמן. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל.
Hi.
Yes.
So, again, I'm going to keep bringing in the Mbira experience and to try and see if there's a connection in the reaction to how Zimbabweans treat the Mbira and to how the Gambians treat the Kora. Is there a resistance insofar as fusing the Kora with other instruments, as we just saw in the clip, or people are happy to encourage it? Because with the Mbira, if you ask the people who play the Mbira in a traditional sense, they are very resistant to modernize the sound, the music of the Mbira. They want to keep it traditional. And then there's a group that says, hey, this instrument needs to develop, evolve, and move to the next phase and fuse with other instruments and just be played just like any other instrument, like the guitar. What are your thoughts on that?
Um, As I said, traditional music in the Gambia started way back from the immemorial.
Yeah.
Local genres were around before the colonial era, but the act of bringing it as folklore or traditional music of the Gambia started in early 50s and 60s.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and when the sound and echoes of the um, Smiling Coast made it into the international spotlight.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, like the background, like the main ethnic group of the Gambia are Mandinkas, Fula, Wolof, Jola, Serer, Sarahule,
Yeah.
and other ethnic groups.
Yes.
Okay, um, each of these group has its own traditional music and dance.
Uh-huh. So so just like in Zimbabwe, that is very true. We have different tribes. We have
Good,
different tribes, and they use different instruments and
good.
music for their tradition. So for
Thank you very
people
much.
to then embrace the mbira as the national music, it may sound like you are pushing on one tribe versus the other. Are you facing that problem when you are pushing the Kora in Gambia?
Um, no, I didn't face that. I didn't know. I didn't face that yet. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know what the outcome might be tomorrow, but
Yeah.
at the moment, I didn't face that yet.
Yes.
You understand? Because
Yes.
this is just a starting. This, Kora Festival is a starting, and in the long run, I think my plan is to bring all the traditional folklore to
Yes.
the as national festival where Kora players will be performing. Other tribes, with their instruments will also perform in the festival.
Yeah.
So
So with the Kora, let's get back to that a little bit. With the Kora festival, even though
mhm.
it's called the Kora festival, you encourage others with other instruments to come into the festival.
Yes, 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 yes.
because
You know,
why I'm saying that is exactly what the Mbira Festival did. Even though it was called the Mbira Festival, it
uh-huh.
encouraged people from everywhere on the continent and outside the continent, as long as they have a connection in and around the continent, to bring in, because we're trying. The most important thing is to try and trace how, when people left Jafure village, right?
Hmm.
They went all the way to maybe South Carolina in the
Yes.
US.
United States, yeah.
Yes. Were they able to hold on to their instrument and their culture in some form and maybe created a version of it from their memory in South Carolina, in Brazil, in any of the Caribbeans? How are we connecting as Africans on the continent and in the diaspora, and how did we influence each other? Have you noticed any resemblance of an instrument outside of Africa that resembles to the kora?
Uh, yeah, actually, I didn't.
Okay, that's
I
okay.
didn't. Yes.
That's okay. Now, what I'm going to ask you is, we're going to go back to the Gambians and the kora music and the kora. The musicians in Gambia, are they able to sustain themselves as musicians in Gambia playing the kora to sustain a living?
Yes. Yeah. Many of them are sustaining themselves in playing kora as they are living.
Okay. Do they play? Do they play it in traditional ceremonies, or they actually even play it in other settings, modern settings, in restaurants and places like that?
Both. They do both traditional settings and ceremonies, and some, in the, some events were organized by individual or associations for fundraising as well.
Okay, and in terms of you're writing a book that is saying we must hold on to our culture and preserve it and pass it on, right?
Yes.
What do you feel that in Gambia, it's the institutions are preserving and making sure that the next generation, the young Gambians, hold on to this instrument and learn to play it? And how do you think the young ones are embracing or not embracing this instrument?
Basically, this is the main issue of organizing the festival, to sustain the culture.
Okay.
And I can say, shut up, not actually, complimenting the effort of the government, but we all know African governments, and they are not that much contributing to the traditional issues. So in this, I organize, because during my research, writing my book about the kora and the traditional music in the Gambia, it seems to me things are dying. You understand?
Yes.
So I had different stories, and now which I'm seeing that now I realize that it seems culture is fading away, and the glamour part of our culture is no longer existing.
And why
So
do you think that is happening? Why do you think that is happening?
Because they are not supported.
They are not supported by the institutions like the government's institution, the TV, the radio.
Good. You understand?
Yes.
And also, the state is not contributing to the welfare of the artist. So I decided, after my launching in 2018, so I realized that why not I come up with something that that will be a continuous process, promoting our culture and organizing a festival where people can perform, and we can do a lot of things there to see how best we can preserve our culture. So I make a write up.
Yes.
Then last month, then I created a page, posted on there, and I wait for the reaction of the people.
Yes.
So I realized that people are reacting. Somewhere, I receive calls every day up to 5 a.m. I do receive calls from people, both national and international. Come on, this is a brilliant idea.
Yes.
Preserving our culture. So many people are telling me we want this, but we cannot.
Yes.
You understand? And even the artists themselves, the kora players themselves, they said, we have been looking for this. So the National Council for Arts and Culture should organize this, but they don't. So you come with a good idea. So they were following it. Many people were following it through the Facebook page.
Yeah.
And okay, I said, okay, I have seen the reaction of the people. So let me talk to the artists as well, the kora players. Let me talk to them and see what would be their response. So I called one that I explained to him that, and I want to organize a festival. Why not we organize a festival and promote our culture in the country?
Yes.
And interact with other cultures. We can exchange our culture. We can exchange cultures with other people as well. So okay, he said, no, that's a good idea, and anytime you need my service, I'll be available. Okay, and I told him, okay, do you know any other kora players around where I can get their contacts? They said yes, some. So this is how I get I get contacts, from the other kora players, both in the Gambia and abroad. So I contacted them, explained the purpose of the festival to them, and they really appreciate it. So okay, I said, now I think I can go ahead. So this is how I'm still organizing. Then I went consulted National Council for Arts and Culture. That I want to organize a cultural festival in the Gambia this year, and our fear was the pandemic. So I said,
Yes.
okay, let me push it to January and see. Before that, we will have things will be okay and see how best we can do this. So the approach was fine, and I have contacted the ministry, and I know they will be very positive about the issue. Right now, we are discussing it with the ministry. Although the National Council, which is the umbrella body of the culture here, accepted, and I've discussed with the director about the event, and he appreciated, and he said they will give me the support, even though it's not going to be financial, but they can help me to push it. So this
Yeah.
is at the moment where this is how the situation is.
Okay. So in actual sense, you are also inviting people from other nations to this festival,
Yes,
and
I'm
they
invited.
can come and showcase their other instruments.
Yes, yes. Some will come from Morocco. Some want to come from Namibia, and others from Burkina Faso. And they applied. I said, okay, yeah, you are welcome. You can come. But we are in the COVID, so we don't know how our situation will be like. So
Yeah.
this is why I couldn't accept a lot. But we will see how best. Next year we can bring other artists from Europe, Asia, America, and some other parts of Africa.
Yeah. So do you think this is an online festival, just like the Pan African Beer Festival was? So is this because of COVID, of the pandemic, that you have decided to do it, to showcase this online?
No, we are not going to make it online. We are going to. It's going to be a live performance.
Okay, so people have to come to Gambia.
Yes, people have to come to Gambia. It's going to be a live performance,
All
and
right. Are you also going to stream it live?
we may. Uh, that's
You
our
may,
plan. That we. Yes,
because I think people who are not in Gambia may want to participate. We may want to be able to see it and enjoy it. I'm not going to be able to come to Gambia because, like right now, traveling is very restricted. Why can't you? Why won't you showcase it as much as it is live in Gambia? Can it not be live online? Because I think this is the new trend now. People are
yes.
showcasing things online.
It's all about the support. If we have that support, we really we will, and
Yeah.
that's we will in fact like that. To live stream it, and so that people who can't attend the show, the festival, can watch it live.
Okay, so like the Pan African Beer Festival has been able to successfully stream it live. Would you partner with people like the Pan African Beer Festival?
Actually, of course, I did all partnership with regards to promoting culture.
Okay, so
I
you
did
are in
partnerships
touch
from
with
it.
Albert Shimeza and the Pan African Beer Festival.
Yes, I'm in touch with Pan African Beer Festival, and if possible, we can have a good partnership where they can be live streaming the events.
Okay, all right. Um, uh, I I keep wanting to make a comparison to Mbira
Okay.
for a very specific reason. Was these are both
Mm-hmm.
traditional instruments,
Uh-huh.
and I just want to see if the culture of the kora, and I just up there put a picture of the kora that I
Uh-huh.
took from online, and I
Yes.
noticed that they come in different forms. Is this specific, the difference being because of the different country, or is it like, look at this kora that I have on right there, and I'm gonna show you another one. And I want to see, you see this one?
Yeah.
Are they different? To me, they seem different. Is it because one belongs to a different country?
No, it depends on how they make it. Some can design their kora in a fashion way that they want their kora to be. But kora is one kora.
Okay. So the difference in how it looks really doesn't matter to how it sounds.
No.
Okay.
Is it they're all 21 string? They're all 21 string, made with calabash and leather. So
Okay. We played this in the beginning, but I want to play it again so people can see and a single person playing the kora.
okay.
I think we played it in the beginning, but I just want to play it again. The kora. Hi, we're back.
Hello.
So
Yes.
you know, when I hear that music,
Uh-huh.
definitely I travel back to places like Gambia, Mali. It especially that song reminds me of Salif Keita.
Good.
Absolutely, I think of Salif Keita.
Okay.
Is that a traditional track, or is it derived from a Salif Keita song? Was Salif Keita taking from the traditional, or is that player is taking from Salif Keita?
This is traditional.
Okay. All
It's
right.
traditional. Yeah.
Okay.
It's taken
All
from the
right.
traditional.
You know, there's something that I want to ask.
Yes.
I have never, in all my going around looking at what is happening, all the kora music being played, I still have not come and seen a female kora player. Is that a taboo?
Actually, we have some female kora players in the Gambia, and I can tell you, Sona Jobate. His father is from Gambia, and
Okay.
and the origin is from Gambia. His father is from Gambia, from Kembuje in Combo Central.
Mm-hmm.
And then today, he's one of the famous female kora player in Europe, in the world.
Okay.
Not even in Europe, in the world. I I I hope you heard Sona Jobate.
I am guilty and have not.
Good. Is one of the famous female kora player based in UK. She was born in UK, but his father is from Gambia.
Absolutely.
And now you have the kora school, and you have Sambu Suso, Gambian, kora player too, and you have Jalim, Jalimanda Suso. She's a female kora player. You have Jali Suso Jobate, she's a kora player, and they will be performing at the festival.
Absolutely brilliant. So pardon my ignorance, because mine comes from I guess the fact that in kora being played in a traditional sense, I mean, let me, because I'm comparing it to Mbira, for like I explained from the beginning. My experience is that females have a harder time being allowed to fight to be allowed to play the Mbira music, because traditionally there were some connotations to it. And I also wonder if females are promoted the same way, playing the kora, just like the Mbira. Because in Mbira music, it's very difficult. Females have to fight.
Yeah, before female and women are not playing kora. They only hit the god. These calabash you've seen, they only hit that with iron. That when the man is playing the strings, and the female will also sit and will be knocking the calabash. So, but today we have female kora players.
Okay.
Yesterday, traditionally we didn't have, but today we have.
Okay, so it is a comparison that is not far-fetched, that traditionally women were excluded from the kora, but now they are even playing the kora.
Now, yes.
All right. So you're also doing the child festival, the kids festival.
So this one. After this one, I have I will bring some kids from the Jali family, from the Griot family, who are from a family, the tribes that play kora. I will organize them too, to see how best we will be promoting them, so that they can also keep the ball rolling.
Okay. So do you think that the institutions that support this instrument and tradition exist in Gambia, or they need to be created? Institutions that really support this to stay alive, instead of us as individuals, supported by the government, supported by the universities. Is the Mbira kora being taught in schools? Is it now part of an education system? Would you like to see that happen?
Yes. I have discussed with the National Council for Arts and Culture, and the art and the kora players also, so that we can see how best we can push this forward to the authorities. People, it can be part of the school syllabus.
Yes.
It's also part of it's also part of the objectives of the festival.
Yeah, kora in schools. So now let's take this music and connect the kora with other Africans outside of Gambia, Mali, or from not the Mandingo tribe.
Okay.
I guess I kind of feel that Mandingo is the favorite tribe of everybody in the world. Now, how do you think we can connect better using our instruments on the continent with others who are outside the continent? How can we connect better and understand each other better?
Yeah, this is something possible that we can connect together, and I think that also will be appreciable because when it comes to culture, and you cannot only just say, okay, I have to stop on my culture. You have to adopt other people's culture because when you organize, so like for example, if you organize an event, like I say, Kora Festival, not
Yeah.
only that the Mandingo tribes will come to the Kora Festival.
Yeah.
You can have other tribes. You can have the Western people. And this festival, people are coming from Australia. People are coming from Europe. People are coming from United States to come and attend the festival. And those
Yes.
are not Gambians, and those are not Mandingos.
Yes.
So yes, if we want to promote culture, we have to be partners. Promoting, other cultures as well is also appreciable. So we need to interlink.
Yes.
We need to interlink
Yes.
so that
So,
we can promote culture.
yeah. Okay. We're coming into the tail end of our conversation.
Uh-huh.
What is it that you want people to know, one, about the festival first, and then we'll talk about Gambia. What do you want people to know about the festival?
First is about, I want people to know that the Kora is originated from Gambia. One, and to know about Gambian culture. Also, promoting young artists to sell. Also promoting artists and all as well as our culture.
Okay. So, in terms of Gambia,
Uh-huh.
what do you, people who don't know anything about Gambia, what is the festival telling to these people? What are you showcasing about Gambia?
We are also showcasing about our tourism, promoting our tourism and culture, and also the birth of Kunta Kinte, where African Americans can know.
Come and see where the Mandingo tribe comes from. That's the epitome of the strong African tribe, the Mandingo.
This is it. Yes. So
They
people
are
to know
from
about
Gambia.
The Mandingo tribe, that Kunda Kinde is hailed from the Gambia, from a Mandingo tribe. So that also will be known to African Americans, to Africans in diaspora as well.
Yeah, that was my first introduction to Gambia. Besides history lessons, my first real intimate. I felt when I saw that, when I used to watch that series, I felt that I was seeing a bit of Gambia. You know what I mean? It made me curious about Gambia, about
Uh-huh.
wanting to know what Gambia is all about, and of course the Mandingo, the
Yes.
Mandingo man.
The smiling coast of the Gambia is the smiling coast of West Africa,
Yeah.
and where we have a lot of cultures. We have a lot of traditional settlements, traditional beliefs, and I think if you come to Gambia, you will see what I'm talking about. And
Yeah.
maybe you may not go, you may not like to go back to United States or Zimbabwe.
Because I will enjoy the food, the people, and I definitely would want to go to Jaffrey.
Yeah,
I would definitely want to go.
yeah, sure.
Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for, I know it was very difficult for us to connect, but I appreciate I think if we continue to do these conversations, people get to hear from us as Africans in our own voices. We speak for ourselves. We talk about our culture. We talk about, there's no difference. When I'm looking at the Kora and the Mbira, there's no difference. What are your last thoughts to the guest as we close out?
What I have to say is about let's unite and promote our cultures, but let's also learn from other cultures. Because if you want people to adopt your culture, you have to also adopt their culture,
Yes.
where we can exchange cultures
Yes.
and promote it together. We cannot have the same cultures, but
Yes.
we are from different places. But we can bring our cultures together, sell it to each other, appreciate, adopt each other's culture. That
Yes.
also will be wonderful. But
Yes.
that's human. That's humanity. That we cannot be closed when we didn't adopt each other.
Yes.
It would be difficult.
Yes.
Human is human. It doesn't matter which color you are. But that's the belief I have. What is important is let's feel each other that as human beings.
Thank you so much.
Then we can promote our culture. I think Africans, our cultures are not that much. There is not that much difference in our with our culture. Because,
No. No.
last time I was watching Al Jazeera. That was long time ago. What I saw in South Africa, it seems in the Gambia. First time when I saw, I thought it was in the Gambia.
Yeah.
So yes. So likewise, Zimbabwe too.
Absolutely. This is the
So
journey that we're on.
this is it. So we are one. I
Yeah.
know. I think in the future we will see how best we can bring all Africans festival. That's my plan. I've even talked to Mr. Albert about it. That we see how best we can have big African festival.
Yes. That includes everybody, which is what he
Everybody.
has already started with the Pan African Mbira Festival. Even though it's called Mbira Festival, it's a name that doesn't mean it's just about the Mbira. It's all about the different instruments, the different cultures on the continent and outside in the diaspora, because there is a culture that is now in Brazil that started on the continent with the people that were taken from the continent. The same as here in the US. The cultures that are here there's a great influence, my thoughts, from where they came from, which is the Gambia, Mali, Nigeria, and many other places.
Yes, because as you are saying, because somebody called me from Brazil, and he's telling me that they also organize some Kora festival there. So
Oh,
yes,
absolutely beautiful.
yeah. When he saw it online, and he called me through, and he sent me the email, and later called me that we are this organization, so we do organize Kora festival in Brazil. So I said, yeah, that's appreciable, and it's fantastic. That we will see how best we can link up.
All right. Thank you so much again. And I hope we connect again as the progress of the festival goes on, so we can update each other on what's going on the festival, how you are keeping up, and feel free to bring in some of the people that are coming onto the festival to the show, so we can talk to them and people can begin to understand and hear from them before the festival itself.
Yes, I think that would be good, and you can be so that you will also talk to some artists about the festival.
Yes. Thank you so much. And thank you to everybody who has been watching the show. And I, again, thank you for the patience. Whenever we are connecting live, there's bound to be some delays because this is a live stream. This is not a pre-recorded. This is not pre-recorded. We are trying to bring you information and be in the space at that moment. So sometimes we do have delays in starting, or we may have hiccups because of the network. But I appreciate you staying, and I appreciate you supporting the show. And we'll see you next week. Thank you so much.
Nematombo, Nonjo, Mr. Playboy, stand up. Batai Hana, Batai Hana, Batai Hana, Batai Hana. Mwenda mberi, museamwa, otiziva, moyo ndishu, matemahiva, mwendisoko, mokuye mukono, sinyoro shumba. Esai kushura baba, aiwa uko makata, basha wedu apasa, sika usati warasa, ridza wakachonjoma, pamsora iba na mama, gashirambe wazama, sika kunyora sama, gatsimbise ukama, musaputse sasanda, une wako nkazana, mungwe chete pasana, piti kanana, mwenda mberi pachana, nadziva tasangana, seha matawanana, takapira kare kushitaura, ngati chengete itika zedu zechivan, waka uya waka shishora, ndasa tiseserivan uya nehanda nakakuvi chidzoka naso kutisevana Mwenda mberi, museamwa, otiziva, moyo ndishu, matemahiva, mwendisoko, mokuye mukono, sinyoro shumba. Katano pinga Cape Town, monotsika hedu jecha, tukavasiya vachivenga, vakagara pajecha. Havandiziva, tata mbonotiva, igara waziva, shaka inyure muziva. Rukupika moyo ndisho, kozviru kubva muhana, tarisai haso rangu mundipewo mukana. Vanogara vari out, vana mashira pashe, ndimunona najera itaitira fase. Chikona ng'ombe, nana humba, bataya namasizira, vanotiziswa mumba. Dodangwa namadhuve, vanoziva shenzi rese hanzi. Handei kumba, tisachapezwa mari yese gogogoe. Mwenda mberi, museamwa, otiziva, moyo ndishu, matemahiva, mwendisoko, mokuye mukono, sinyoro shumba. Hana soko muri say, kushunga muri say, mofu muri say, uzema shimba kupa kuti ndati muri say, anamaposa muri say.
Thank you.
Hey. Okay. Can you hear me?